Hi guys, so coming to you from Hooked Cars and Customs, Cape Town, South Africa. We'd like to show you this stunning masterpiece that we've built, and we'll give you the full detail on the rod, but we'd like you to follow us on the journey, the transition from a bare blank, absolute bare blank like this, to a finished product. We've got a 14 foot, 24 millimeter blank, 4 to 6 ounce. From a bare blank to that. Follow us on this journey.
Okay guys, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take the rod into the spray booth. We're going to drop our primer, our silver base coat, and then of course the blue ceramic with the clear on top of that. So follow me into the spray booth. Let's go spray.
How's it guys? So back to the rod, and we've now got the rod on our spinner, and I'd like to show you the color of the rod. So it's very difficult to see it, but we'll take the rod once it's completed into the sun. So what we're about to do with the rod right now is fit the reel seat. So because it's a 24 millimeter blank, this is our reel seat, and we did a little bit of sanding to make a 24 millimeter reel seat fit. So the mark that we have over here is the position of how the reel seat's going to lay, because it's a grinder rod, and also the distance from the end till here. So stick with us, and we're about to do our epoxying. So I'm not going to advertise for anybody, but our epoxy is part A and part B. I'm not going to say what epoxies we're using there, and we're just using the card of the wind grip. So it's a 1-in-1 mixture. So we're going to mix the two together, and just make sure that we mix it well together. And you don't need a crazy amount of epoxy for this. We just need enough epoxy to make sure that the area and the surface area of the binding is covered well. And so once we've got this on, once we've got the reel seat in position and fitted, we're going to give it some curing time, and then we're going to start working on the wind grip. So we've had many factory rods whereby the reel seats could actually come loose, and not necessarily a fault of theirs, but here and there that we find that the epoxy actually, the way they missed a couple of spots on that epoxy. So what we're going to do is, this is how I normally fit mine. We move it in, and we scrape off the excess on this side, and we'll push this over, and we'll fill up. And what I always try and do is just squeeze it into the reel seat. So, and this way we know when we're smearing that, and you can actually feel it's quite smooth, so we haven't missed any spots. And then we're lining up our line with our marked area, and that area's got to be in a specific direction, because remembering the fact that the rod has a spine. So I just used a little sucker stick or ice popsicle. I used any clean card, and we're just going to wipe the excess off. So what I like to do is, once the major excess is off, we do it both sides, and this side is very important that we don't get it to be stuck on the thread of the reel seat, because that will just be a problem obviously when we are going to put the reel on. And that is the installation of the reel seat. So in this position over here is exactly where we're going to fit the bionic finger. So most people that we know are right-handed, and the bionic finger, if you are right-handed, it will be slightly over to the left. In other words, if that is your straight mark, we put it slightly offset from the straight, and if you were left-handed, we would put it on the opposite side. So that would be your grip. If you are right-handed, that you're keeping it over there. If we bring it in line over here, then it's under your whole finger, and the releasing might not be 100% at the time of cast, so it's got to be just under the tip of your finger, hence the position of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this some curing time. So we're still very much undecided on the color of the guide, if you're going to go with a silver guide or we're actually going to go with a black guide. We're undecided with trim, so we've got a couple of cottons here. This is a metallic, very high quality cotton, and we're probably going to do a full-on bind with this. So in a few seconds we'll be just checking on some guide colors quickly, and we'll get back to this before we fit the wind grip. We're also undecided on the color of the wind grip, but we'll show the installation of the wind grip shortly. Okay, so now we're back, and the reel seat is pretty set, not rock solid yet. So what we did was we took our bionic finger, we did our measurement over here, and we put some tape over there, marking tape. So that gap we're going to leave open, and then on the other side we have got our marker, and that is where the grip is going to start. So let's get it back into the machine and lock over here. So like we said, we're not doing any advertising for anybody. So what we've done is we've got an adhesive at the bottom of here, and this is your wind grip. So what we normally do with the wind grip is we move it around the rod, and basically where the two corners meet, right, we got that mark over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our angle cut from there. So that angle, it's something like this, looks like this, and that will change, the angle will change obviously depending on the thickness of the rod that you're working with. So even though it comes with its own adhesive, we still apply an additional adhesive, and you can see it's quite sticky over there, so that we know it will never come loose. And of course, if you ever need to remove it, you're literally going to have to cut it off. So we're going to start at the 1 point, and on the wind grip itself, your edging, the edging of the wind grip over here has got to overlap over each other. So what we're basically going to do is and the nice part about it is that you can just lift it as you go along. So your part reason for your overlap, and if I brought the camera closer, the part reason for the overlap is that you get this type of contour. So you can see the edges are literally just overlapping into each other. So what we've decided to do here was to go black wind grip. We're going to go with a black K series guide. We'll show you the guides as we get to that point over there. We've got some branding that we're going to be putting on the rod as well. So let me just move this back. There we go. So when we get to the edge of the wind grip, let's move along as we go along. Right. So when we get to the edge of the wind grip comes with an edge tape. So we'll show you what we do in addition, and it's all about securing the wind grip, that the adhesives don't get unnecessary water under them. and that our edges don't start lifting either. Okay. So we've done the same, literally rolled it back, and where the two corners meet, just get a nice edge here. And that's basically that. So what we do at this point, we remove the marking tape from there. Come on, Abraham. Alright, so now what happens is your grip comes with 4 pieces of these, and there's also a self-adhesive tape. So what we're literally going to do is edge, and voila. So this is basically what it looks like. So a reel set, this part is coated over here to match with that section of the rod, and you can see the contour finish on there. And there you go. So what we're going to do now is we'll put another piece of edging over here, and we'll show you the section or the part of the video whereby we actually do the binding on that as well. Until the next one. So another day back onto the rod quickly. This rod we are building between our other rods because it's an in-house rod. In other words, it's one of our stock rods. Show you. So as you can see, your butt is on. That's your reel set, and there you can see the actual color of the rod. The bionic finger is placed, and as you can see here, we've actually got a metallic blue trim, and then you can see your contours inside there as well, your grooves. It's fitted very, very neatly, and we've got a blue trim over there, and we've got a blue trim on the edge. And what we're busy with right now is you can see we've got it in the spinner, but we're going to do a manual layout for you, and here's already a guide that's done. These are black K series guides, and now you can see Luke's doing a trim, so we're just going to do it manual instead of spinning it fast on the spinner. So we start a couple of centimeters or a couple of millimeters, before the guide, and our method is to spin it up onto the guide from the bottom up and not the top down. That is the one section of it. So the idea with binding is that you don't want your cotton to cross over. So each spin that you do has got to be next to your first line and not over it, and then of course no gaps in between as well. So like I said, as you can see, we start a couple of molds before the guide and we work our way up there. You know, each to his own. Many guys will work from the top down maybe. This is just our method. And like I said, this is a K series guide. This is a very strong guide, very good quality. It's a coated guide, so it won't really corrode. And we'd normally work a little bit faster in this, but today it's for the video and the demo purpose that we're going to do it a little bit slower. So now we're mixing our epoxy, which is a 1-to-1, and this is the rod on the spinner now. And just to show you, so we've gone with the graphics on the rod, and let me show you again. It says there Yoshi, and that is the chosen graphic for that. And this is the whole rod spinning, right? So what we're going to do now is, this is the application of the epoxy, and we're going to use a little popsicle stick, sucker stick, and what's going to happen is this has to spin for at least about 24 hours to make sure that it levels out correctly, and of course give it some curing time to get hard before we remove it off the spinner. So as you can see, there's some bubbles in there, and then what we'll do is we'll use a heat gun to get rid of those bubbles, and then just wipe the excess off. And the idea is always to get a nice straight edge on the epoxy, so it gives it a good finish. And like we said, she spins for that couple of hours. So let's get some epoxy on, and we'll show the rest. So we literally going to apply that. Then we'll do the other side of the guide, give that a chance to level out before we bring the heat gun over. And as you can see, there is some bubbles and it's not 100% level, but we will get all those bubbles out and get them leveled out. Okay, so now we're going to apply the heat. As you can see, with the heat gun, all your bubbles are gone. So that is what a finished guide looks like. You can see the epoxy is crystal clear on there. Very neat finish. Okay guys, very exciting. So let's show you what the end result is. So there we go. Butt section, wind grip, reel seat. We still got to do one or two final touches with the heat gun and straightening up on the edges. Your wind grip looks absolutely cool. The branding that was chosen for it, and that is what the bind, and you can see the color now, and your gold trim, and you can see the trim's gone slightly darker once it's wet. There we go, all of them done. So what's going to happen now is, there you can see, so what will happen now is the rod has got to stay on the spinner for at least 24 hours. So guys, Hook It Cast and Drone in Cape Town, Cast and Customs. The rod building might seem easy the way we do it. Trust me, your rod builders, all respect to them, the amount of time, precision they put into the rod build. So if you like this video, we ask that you please follow and like. And if there is any queries or anything that you would like done in terms of rod building, this is who we are. You can contact us, Hook It Cast and Customs in Cape Town, South Africa. We've been doing rods for guys all around the world. Lucky for us, Australia, New Zealand. We've had some rods that's gone to England. So please look us up. We're on social media. And give us a buzz. And like I said, please, a like and follow would be highly appreciated. Thank you.